think the biggest thing for me is just getting a feel for the guys. Like, because I wasn't here for conditioning and some of the stuff leading up to spring ball, just that because the time I was hired at, just getting familiar with the group and how they tick and what we're made of and what they can do, so that ultimately as coaches we can put them in the best position to be successful and score some points. And so that's been the transition, just quickly trying, but having the week off really helped me get my feet under me and study everything and have a feel for it.
So there's a lot of new skill guys too, that especially pass catchers. Have any of those guys jumped out and made some?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been very pleased with the group. There's a great complementary skill set of group of guys. We got fast guys, we got long guys, we got guys that'll play with their length and physicality. So I don't think there's a ton of experience, but I think there's some quality football IQs that have learned to pick things up fast. And so as a group, I've been real pleased. The one huddles look pretty darn good.
Rich, I know it's still early, but have you gotten a sense of what kind of pace or tempo you're going to have with this team?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately we want to be balanced and run and pass and create conflict for the defense. And I think it's having the versatility to slow it down, play fast, play no huddle. Be great in situational football. Sometimes that requires changing the pace a little bit. So I think that we'll have the flexibility to do a little bit of everything.
Just your early impressions of Will, as far as being a guy that, I guess as of now, like, would you trust him to go out there and run a 2-minute and kind of run it on his own, or would you kind of want to more lean into it?
No, I've been very, very pleased since I've been here with getting to know Will and the relationship and how it's beginning to grow. It's ultimately building that trust between a coach and a player. In the NFL, I'd always say in the beginning you coach a rookie, and at some point it becomes more of a collaboration. You're not coaching, once guys get to a certain level, and ultimately that's where I feel like the kind of relationship Will and I and our staff and the offense can have with him in charge. And you can give a guy like that some trust, and I feel like he's earning that every day.
Does it make a difference that he spent the last year, with learning from a guy who was in the NFL, and can you tell like that difference?
Question. Yeah, again, that was part of the excitement of coming here, was coaching a guy like Will. Liam had done a really nice job, and just having a good foundation and trying to build on that.
Is he close to the cameo that you saw of him when you all went to meet him at San Francisco? You saw the glance on TV, LSU when you came was playing. Is he similar to what you thought it might be?
Yeah, no, he's in a lot of ways you see a game, that's just a small picture of somebody, and as I've gotten to know him, I've really been impressed with the competitiveness, the football IQ, the will to be great. Those are all the toughness he already embodies. You can see in his game, the way he plays the game. So all those things, I just want to help him be the best version of himself, and that'll let us do the best offense we can do. And I think we're on track.
Are there any guys you watch on film and then you get on the practice field and say, "Whoa, this is not what I expected"?
It's a good way to ask another good question to lead me into some names, which I'm trying to avoid. I will say this, back to the receiver group. When you have a group that's they're all fighting for time, and they're all on a level playing field, because you don't have the guy who's the proven big play guy. I think they're always elevating each other's game, and I think Key's done a nice job. Like, he's really, for a young guy, has real high football IQ, and he's gone out there every day. And I see he's been a good example, someone who's getting better and taking the coaching and has the kind of skills that you'd like to see blossom in the offense.
This is a big fundamental time of the year. What are some of the early mistakes that you do have to work your way to create the most ideal set of fundamentals?
Yeah, again, for me, it's not putting just enough offense in that we get a feel for what we're capable of handling, and that they get to showcase their talent and grow as players, and then seeing what we can do with them once the season comes, so that taking it into the summer, we can build teaching tapes and things that they can go apply to just keep elevating their craft and detail it out, so that come fall camp when we come in here and we're together and we're just doing football, we can grow and get rolling. I think that I'm really been pleased. We got the offensive line around here has been really good for a lot of years, and I like the way they play. I like their character. I like their football mentality. And quite honestly, when you have good people in that room that grind and are talented, you're usually going to be a pretty good program, and I feel like we have the makeup for that.
Been some mixing and
And
matching.
that comes to fundamentals. Those guys are about that.
Been some mixing and matching in that group and shuffling some guys around to see if they can handle kind of so-called cross-train. Has that been going pretty?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some competition, and I think honestly, all the groups up front, I've seen moments of all the players where they all have a place to compete for time, starting positions, future positions. I think it's a deep group, and they have versatility, athleticism, toughness. Those are the things that are important. Like, I can see why they've been good and why they can continue to be really good up front.
Based on what you want to run, the kind of offense you want to run, is there a top end in terms of weight level that you want to hold players a certain weight?
No, I mean, we've kind of gotten away from that, because I mean, if a guy's a real good pass protector and maybe he's a little too heavy for some of the athletic stuff you ask of a guy, you find your workarounds, but because if they're good enough for pass protection. But ultimately, yeah, we prefer guys that are athletic and can move, and honestly, they've done a nice job recruiting those types of guys.
I mean, in the NFL, people talk about Kyle Shanahan and Mike McDaniel, what they were able to do with the run game.
Yeah.
What types of things did you pick up from them or working with them that might be you can apply here?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, that being a part of that was at my core. It's why I was able to seek out Coach Shanahan to work for him. It's why I always wanted to work for him when I had opportunities between different jobs. I would always choose to work for him. I thought we did it as good as anyone in the league, and whether you want to be like the Atlanta Falcons of 16 and have Matt Ryan be the MVP, or you want to grind it out like we did the last few years and put people pressure in the run game and take care of the football and do that type of stuff. It has the flexibility to do that based on your personnel and what you have. But yeah, when you got a guy like Will, it opens up some doors. You can be very, versatile. We can be put pressure on teams because we can morph into the pass, run, athletic quarterback type things that you can do with a guy like Will.
Were there a lot of things? I mean, you guys drafted Trey Lance, but you ended up not playing him a whole lot. But were there a lot of things in the package that you had for him that you could apply here with Will?
No, that's a great question. Yeah, there were definitely things we had explored that we would never do with like a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo, that we did. Being in the pistol and things that we've done in the past together, but didn't really fit until Trey showed up. So yeah, we're always evolving, and I think like all the fly motions and the Debo run packages and those are a product of guys get hurt or things like that, and putting your best players in a position and having flexibility in your offense, and that's what we'll do here as well.
How do you feel about those guys underneath Will at quarterback? They're kind of different types of guys.
Well, the good thing is we got quality players in both groups, so they get a lot of reps. They're able to compete, and they have good players around them to let themselves showcase whether they can do it or not. And that's the part that's been fun. We're just getting going. I tell those guys, every rep matters, and it's not just what you do with the play. It's how you carry yourself, how you approach your craft, how you study the offense, how your teammates respond to you, and if you're that guy and you can elevate people around you, there's a chance for you to be the next guy, and they're all competing for that right now.
Are you a boots on the sideline or a eyes in the press box kind of guy?
Not sure yet. A lot of that depends on the offense and your staff makeup and the quarterback you have. So in college, I've done both. There's advantages and disadvantages to both. So honestly, that's something I'm still not haven't worked through. That'll be decided probably in August.
You have a preference?
I honestly, I prefer nowadays being on the field so that I can in college, because you don't have the pictures and things that you do. The technology you get in the NFL is nice, so you can calling the plays upstairs is very nice, and you can talk to the quarterback in the helmet. It's a huge advantage that you don't have in college. Being on the field and being able to communicate directly to a quarterback outweighs being upstairs, and the advantage of that is my gut feeling now, but not always.
One of the guys I admire, John Clayton, passed away this week. Did you have any dealings with him, and what are your thoughts?
I had met John a couple times, and I mean he'd come across in different settings or whatnot, but I did not have a close relationship to him. But I know that he was super well respected and very well liked by the people that I care about in the NFL. So it's a sad thing.
How's your transition been to Lexington off the field?
Love it. It's been great. People have been great. I think the city is what I'd hoped it would be. The school, the university, the makeup of it all. It's been everything I'd hoped it'd be to this point.
Did you watch the basketball game?
I was with a group of fans in town, and we watched the game. It's the way it goes. Sports. Things happen in sports.
How does this building compare to some of the NFL buildings you've been in, and just the way UK runs things? Obviously, there's differences in college and NFL, but just the facilities here.
Yeah, I mean, again, I've been very. I mean, I know that a lot of the facilities are newer, and they did a nice job in the layout, in the investment, in the sport, and it gives you the types of things you need to be successful at this level. And I think that the whole athletic program, I know the football program is trending in the right direction. Coach Stoop's done a great job, and I just want to continue it. So.